New numbers out this week show families are tightening the belt on back-to-school shopping, but that doesn't mean the costs are any less real. A new NerdWallet survey finds parents plan to spend about $611 on average on back-to-school shopping this year. That's actually $130 less than last year, but that's also as families are cutting back with the cost of living still high. A quarter of parents say they're cutting back specifically because of those rising costs. And more than a third of families here in West Michigan will likely miss out on at least one school activity this year because they simply can't afford it. And that is exactly why our partnership with Heart of West Michigan United Way matters so much right now. The Stuff the Bus campaign helps make sure kids in Kent, Ottawa, and Allegan counties start the school year with the supplies they need, no matter what's happening with their family's budget. And joining us now is Nick Brower with the Heart of West Michigan United Way. Nick, we really do appreciate your time. Thank you so much for being here this morning. Really important initiative, not only for the United Way, but also for us here at WZZM. Let's talk about it. Why is this campaign so important?
Yeah, no, first of all, thank you for having me. Just a great opportunity to talk about this amazing program. For us at Heart of West Michigan United Way, we've really got a goal of ensuring that all the kids in our service area really have the ability to start the school year off confident and prepared to learn.
Yeah.
And Stuff the Bus has really been able to help make that happen over the last several years. And it's exciting to see the growth in this program and the growth in participation with companies and sponsors across the board. Yeah, we're just excited to kind of talk more about that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Now, oftentimes businesses get in on all of the fun as well. Can you kind of talk about how those businesses get involved, and do you need more still for this year?
Yeah, so we are, I'll start by saying we're in a space where we're hoping to support 53 schools across Kent, Ottawa, and Allegan County this year, which is significantly more than last year and the previous year. So the need is greater. And we've got opportunities ranging from sponsorship for companies to get involved, but also most popular is to actually host a collection drive where employees or people within the community can drop off supplies. And then we drive around on buses and pick all those supplies up, bring them to a location, sort them, and distribute them. So there's ways to volunteer as well. So we've got a lot of different ways that we can involve companies.
Yeah, we are seeing some video from the big Stuff the Bus drive that we have with the big school bus out in the parking lot here at WZZM every year. And we love this morning because we know how much this is giving back to the community. You mentioned the need. How has that need grown over the last several years?
Well, we've seen it evolve, and I think most notably, it's changed from kind of a backpack drive to support kids to now a little bit of that, and also the ability to help teachers and schools in general. As supplies and costs grow, we want to be able to have a consistent, opportunity for teachers to be able to get supplies throughout the school year, and that's really where I think Stuff the Bus has evolved to help fill a niche in our community.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, definitely. And I know that you talked about teachers really having that need too. Can you just talk about where that need comes from? I know there's a lot of schools where teachers are often supplying everything for their own classrooms.
Yes, my wife's a teacher, so it hits home for me. And I'm very aware of what we spend, to help get her classroom prepared for the school year. And I think that's where this idea and concept kind of took off, is we recognize that there are inequities in that space. There's challenges associated with budgets and resources, around preparing for a school year. And, I think this has really helped to be able to curb that and help to be able to bridge resources into that space.
In the last several years, you guys have seen tremendous community support. Can you talk about that and why that has been so meaningful, not only to the United Way, but also to our community here?
Well, it starts with amazing partnerships, and obviously the partnership with WZZM 13 has helped create visibility for this drive. And now last year we had over 75 companies participate and get involved, many of which ran their own in-person drives. We do an online drive as well, where companies can literally send a link out to their team members and folks can go on and support monetarily, to actually sponsor a backpack for a student too. So, that has evolved and scaled to a point where we feel like we can continue to meet this need where it's at, but we need more help. There's definitely a space where we could really benefit from more companies getting involved this year. We know the number of schools has continued to increase. Last year we raised just over 60,000 school supply items through this drive. This year, we're kind of driving more towards the 75,000 beyond. So that's the growth that we're seeing. And as it continues to climb and scale, we need more help.
Yeah. How can those community partners, maybe a business or organization that wants to help, how can they get involved with you guys? Do they call you, or is there a website to go to?
Check out our landing page on Heart of West Michigan United Way's website. There's an icon with a bus.
Oh, yeah, there it is.
There it is right there. You can click on it. You can see all the opportunities to volunteer, sponsor, actually start a drive. We'll provide a toolkit, resources to promote, digital ads, all the things just to make this really easy and turnkey for companies to get involved. And there's still time. So we would love to see more of that over the next week before we launch.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so if we're an individual sitting at home wondering how we can get involved, where these drop sites are going to be, what would you tell to them? What would you say to make sure that they can get involved?
Well, first and foremost, we've got a great partnership with Fifth Third Bank. So every Fifth Third Bank location across Kent, Ottawa, and Allegan County will be a public drop site. So that, as an individual, maybe not a business, if you're inclined to go out and purchase supplies and donate, any Fifth Third Bank location will take those, consolidate them, and actually we'll bring them back to WZZM 13 for the big day on August 6th.
Yeah.
That's probably the best advice I could give for an individual at home.
Yeah, every year when we do this drive, people that morning will be like, yeah, we're at the Meijer down on Alpine, and we just felt like we wanted to buy a couple notebooks and maybe a few pencil cases and bring them by, and I think that is so special too. Is there a way online, is there a wish list that we can go to and maybe purchase something online as well?
Yes, yep. If you go to our website and check out that link, you'll see a list of all the supplies that we're actively trying to collect, and you've got the ability to be able to essentially fill a backpack and donate that way as well. So we try to make it easy. We've got a great relationship with Meijer and some other sourcing partners to be able to go out and get extra supplies for this drive. That's another way people can help.
Absolutely. Just real quick, we've got about 15 seconds left. I mean, what's your pitch to everyone to help have them help you guys this year?
I would just say that we know budgets are tight. We know that costs continue to rise, and it's a collective generosity, that really helps fuel this. So, while it might not seem like a lot, if there's any chance just to give any small amount towards this drive together across the community, we can hit our goal with this.
All right,
Yeah.
Nick, we have to leave it there. We appreciate your time. And by the way, the bus event here at WZZM is on August 6th. More on the Heart of West Michigan United Way website. We appreciate it.
Thank you for the opportunity.